What up, Dokkanners? We got some big news coming out of Dokkan. Finally, it's funny because I just dropped that video earlier where I kind of lost my mind. Should have dropped it a couple days earlier, I guess, because now we got something. But who knows? Maybe this is going to be the only bit of news we're going to have for a little while. It is the 13th as of me posting this video, and as early as the 18th, we could receive some actual news. Until then, I don't know. But still, in this news break, we do have something that gives us potentially a major clue as far as what the theme is going to be for the upcoming 10th anniversary. So let's go through all of the news here. Both Global and JP received the same announcements. So let's go through this, starting with the fact that Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash 10th Anniversary Special Edition Part 1 is coming soon, or they're just announcing it. So every single year for Worldwide Celebration and for Anniversary, they always give us a special edition that conforms to the theme somewhat of that anniversary or celebration overall. Last year for the 9th anniversary, the Ultimate Clash was just, I think it was, actually, wait, no, there were multiple versions of it, wasn't there? It was the, let's just pull it up. Ultimate Clash. I'm pretty sure it was like Universe Survival Saga for, I don't remember now. I'm blanking. So let's just go back. It was in July, right? So this is when we had it. Yeah. Oh, it was Universe. No. It was Dragon Ball Super. That's what it was. Yes. It was like all the various events of Dragon Ball Super, which works because Gogeta, Broly, Dragon Ball Super, Superhero, right? Beast Gohan, and who is the part 2? The Gammas. I was gonna say Cell Max. That would have been ideal, wouldn't it? So the theme was relevant to the actual celebration, but it didn't definitively narrow it down, right? Well, actually, it did narrow it down, but not to the point where we knew exactly what it was, right? So if we are going to be seeing this clash potentially earlier, like during the countdown, or maybe even before that, which I doubt, I think this will be happening during part 1. But if we were to get it before the actual start of the anniversary, we wouldn't be able to 100% certainly figure out what the theme would be based on this. It would probably narrow down the choices by a few, but it wouldn't 100% tell us. So, you know, feel free to make some guesses. The other and potentially even bigger clue is the new challenge event, Ultimate Red Zone. Goku's Story Edition is coming soon. Now, the first thing that I thought of when I saw this was RIP Collection of Epic Battles, because Collection of Epic Battles feels like basically this. I don't really see a point to that anymore, honestly. But I mean, that's just kind of like half of the events that Dokkan introduces, right? Sometimes they're just pointless. Sometimes they're just meh. But whatever. Goku's Story Edition is an interesting one, but that also means this is potentially going to be jam-packed, full of bosses, because you could span the entirety of Dragon Ball, starting from Dragon Ball the original all the way through Z, Super, GT. They're not going to do Daima, but you know, that's a lot of real estate to cover. So with all of those different bosses, we could be seeing a lot of stages, a lot of stones, a lot of rewards. That's the good thing. But more importantly, the fact that they're calling it Goku's Story. Now, does this narrow down the choices as far as the theme? It could. It doesn't 100% do it, but it could. If we go back to the 9th anniversary, the Ultimate Red Zone story, or the theme, was Movie Edition 2. Now, if we look at Movie Edition 2, the bosses were Mercenary Tao, Dr. Wheelo, Z Broly, Bio Broly, Hirudegarn, Beerus, Golden Frieza. And as we all know, 9th anniversary was Blue Gogeta, or it was Dragon Ball Super Broly, and it was Dragon Ball Super Superhero. It was Broly Gogeta, Gohan, Gammas, right? None of those characters have anything to do with this. You could sort of loosely argue that Broly is relevant, sure, but it is a different version of the Broly. So in my opinion, no correlation. The only correlation is the simple fact that we had movie heroes and movie bosses involved in this actual lineup of the celebration, and the theme of this was Movie Edition. So it's a very loose but still tangible connection between these two things. So if we take that and translate that over here, Goku's Story connecting to potentially what the anniversary LRs are, that's not really much of a stretch. It was going to be Goku anyway. No matter what, Goku would be involved in some capacity, right? You could say for 9th anniversary, Gogeta is half of Goku. So there's that connection there. But even as loose as that is, that still works. So it's really hard to totally narrow it down. But when you combine this with what we've seen so far, it could potentially. Going back through the TV ads that had the various shots of Vegeta from the Namek arc, we had Goku in the Saiyan pod, or the recovery chamber. We had Krillin screaming for Goku from the Saiyan saga. We also had Super Buu freaking out on Kami's Lookout. Is that in Kami's Lookout or in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber? Whatever. Then we have Imperfect Cell flying around. We had Kami freaking out. So this was a nice little progression through the arcs of Z. Potentially, that combined with the fact that we know that the logo is Goku doing the Kamehameha. We know that the 10th anniversary collectible is Goku doing the Kamehameha with 10 fingers out. Maybe it is going to be a Kamehameha Goku involved unit between the arcs of the Saiyan Saga and the Buu Saga. So maybe it's from Z, potentially. I guess that's one way to look at it, but it could be more. It could be many, many other things. That's just one of a billion possibilities that you could sort of extrapolate from this right now. But again, you can't 100% figure it out. Now, where we would be potentially figuring this out would be on the 18th of January, because while the Tile Breaker Challenge is the next significant date, which is tomorrow as far as anything happening, after that, it's the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour in Los Angeles on January 18th. The problem, for those of you who are not aware, and I haven't really been talking about it because I just don't want to, I just don't want to talk about it because I personally have been affected by this, as well as a lot of my friends and family. It's really serious. SoCal has basically entirely been on fire, and there's a lot of smoke. The fires are still being worked on. Like as we speak, some of the fires are not contained yet fully. So as far as this, I honestly don't know if this is going to happen. So far, I've seen a couple. There was like a V-Jump television update or whatever in Japan where they said that it's on. But what else are they supposed to say? Until they know definitively, the answer is yes. And I think some people have even like sent emails to Bandai Namco asking them, is it happening? And so far, the plan is for it to still be on. But it's not something that they can really plan for right now. It's going to be a wait and see thing. We still have a week, a little bit under a week until this happens. So there's still time for them to make adjustments, change a venue, whatever the case may be, for them to actually accommodate this whole thing. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't happen, there is still going to be a video because JP is going to be getting a video for this stuff. So, you know, maybe they'll just give it to Global as well. I don't know. I really don't know. So besides whether or not this is going to happen, the news will still be dropping for Dokkan. I don't imagine the news for Dokkan is going to change because JP players will be finding out as soon as the friends or the fan meetup would have theoretically ended. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know. And for those of you who are living out here in SoCal, hopefully you guys are doing okay because it is ugly, very ugly. Besides that, the rest of the news, Tile Breaking Challenge and Extreme Super Battle Road. These two things I believe are going to be dropping at the same time tomorrow night, or is it tomorrow night? Tonight? Whatever. I think tonight. We got Stage 67, Corroded Body and Mind. I don't think this has anything to do with the upcoming celebration at all. These two events, I think, are part of the very stale and dry New Year's celebration. For those of you who feel like this has been especially awkward for Global, the reason for this, I completely missed this, is the fact that this is our first time as Global players dealing with the calm before the storm like JP usually does. So for those of us, I mean, I made a video. Very obviously, there was nothing in it. You know, it was just nonsense. But it was very obviously just to point out the fact that nothing is happening during this celebration. And while that's true, JP players are like, first time? Because this is normally what happens for them. Normally for January, Global players have a part 1, part 2 with, you know, content that we, JP players had 6 months ago. And while it is somewhat boring, usually, it's still stuff to do. We don't really have that. And obviously, it should go without saying, whenever I talk about Dokkan being on the slower side, it obviously does not apply to newer players, those of you who have not been around as much, who still have a ton of things to catch up on. Whenever I'm talking about that, it's always for those of you who have been playing for a while, who are up to date with everything. Even if you are up to date with everything and you have not been link leveling, or if you have not been farming out Kais wherever possible, you know, there is still stuff for us to do. But all that being said, assuming you do those things, that's where, you know, my point comes in. But anyway, these two events should be dropping tomorrow. Both of these events are being worked on, prepared for, so they are currently unavailable, which means they should be dropping tomorrow night. Actually, let's check the missions. I think we already have the Tile Breaking Challenge missions, because this is, oh, never mind. This is Peton Battle. Okay, so yeah, we do have to get a data download tonight because we have to get those two events and their missions. So Peton will be starting on the 23rd, which is the countdown. That's going to be the countdown celebration. So it's funny that this is in the data, but the Tile Breaking Challenge is not. So look out for a data download later on today. I will do a video breaking down whatever is in there if there is anything new. I don't think they would spoil anything, but there might be some interesting assets in there, maybe like a blue stone, red stone, that sort of thing. Maybe even the Dokkan Festival pity coin that could potentially be showing up in the data files for all we know. Is there anything else worth mentioning here? Going over important dates, global fan meetup, support banners release. This could also still be a thing. So a data download tonight could show us if we are going to be getting these support banners. Again, don't summon. Daima stone sales are going to be ending in 6 days. 10th anniversary countdown starts when the Peton battle missions begin. So there you have it. Updated information. This is gonna be fun to see in the comments what you guys are saying as far as what this could mean. Goku story plus Saiyan or like arc progression throughout Z plus the Kamehameha move. What could that mean? Maybe it is, what if it's a part 1 Android Cell Saga father son Kamehameha, right? And part 2 could be, or maybe part 1 could be Dragon Ball Kid Goku doing a Kamehameha, and then part 2 could be father son Kamehameha. It's like passing on the torch, generational Kamehameha. Who knows? There's no wrong answer, right? So guess away, don't worry. It's only after we find out will we come back to this video and shame y'all. Just kidding. Besides, I'm wrong all the time. Who cares? Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let in the comments your thoughts on what this new red zone theme could mean for your predictions for the upcoming anniversary. Could it even have anything to do with the Kamehameha? Perhaps it is all about those who defeated the Kamehameha at any point. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that the 10th anniversary fan meetup will still be happening in Los Angeles for those of you who know enough information about it, given the situations out here? Or do you think it's probably going to end up being some sort of a video instead, some sort of a Dokkan Direct? Let me know your thoughts and anything that I missed in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let these know you want to see more of my stuff. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.